Hey everyone, Sparks here to wish all of the cultured players and the team that worked so hard to give us this fantastic game a happy anniversary. Let's make year 2 even better. Happy anniversary, Nikke. Alright, so if you guys watched the live stream, you saw my little intro. That was a little surprise. They asked for the content creators to do a little happy anniversary message for Nikke, which was cool to see everybody else's messages, and I hope a lot of you guys were surprised to see mine. I already saw some people on Discord saying like, Sparks didn't say anything about it, but of course I was not allowed to say anything about it. We had a NDA on that, but hopefully you guys enjoyed that little surprise, and it was really fun to be a small part of the anniversary live stream. Anyway, there is a ton of things to talk about, and yeah, I guess we should just start diving into it. First, I should say that I did not make it, guys. I was planning to watch the live stream and then immediately record this video and have it up for you guys. Honestly, most of you guys probably knew all the info before me because I was sleeping. I set an alarm for 2:50 because the live stream was going to be at 3 a.m. for me. And then I saw that there was a 30-minute countdown to actually start it after that, after 3 o'clock, and I fell back asleep, and then I had work in the morning, and so, yeah, finally getting this out to you guys, and even though most of you guys have probably seen the live stream, I want to give you some of my thoughts on the new content and stuff, and just sort of share the experience with you guys. So, first thing I want to talk about is just the intro video. The intro video was really cool. We got this video narrated by Redhood, kind of showing us what the new event is going to be like. And it turns out that new character that we didn't know who they were really was Lillywise. If you look back, I made a community post saying that I thought that was Lillywise, but maybe not. And so I'm kind of surprised to see it confirmed actually as Lillywise. So pretty cool. We get to see what she actually looks like. It'll be interesting to see what she's like in the story too. And then we got to see that it is confirmed Scarlet. There was a lot of talk about that character being Scarlet's sister. I never thought that was true, to be honest, and so this just confirms my prediction that it was Scarlet. So cool to see kind of an older version of her. And then also even cooler, you guys already know I'm going to be excited about this, was to see Snow White. This is young Snow White before she's gone through all the terrible stuff and like had her mind switch to pull it together. So we get to see a young, optimistic version of her. And it was cool to find out that she was best friends with Redhood. So really cool to see two of like my favorite characters being like so really involved in this upcoming event. And then we got to see new costumes, which is so cool. We're getting a new costume for Dorothy, which honestly I did not expect at all. But there you go, proof that we can get Pilgrim skins. I imagine we'll get more in the future. I mean, technically we already had one for Modernia, but that was a little bit different of a situation. And then I was really surprised actually to see Haran, but so cool to see that we're getting a witch costume for Haran. So many of you guys on stream in chat have always talked about how they should make a witch costume for Haran. Well, basically we're getting one here, and again another example of a pilgrim costume. These both look amazing. I'm for sure going to pick up the Haran one as well as that Privity one that we've already seen, and I'll probably get the Dorothy one too. I mean, the event is going to be crazy. You guys have done you guys are just like legends for building up the anniversary fund, so I mean I'm probably going to like splurge on all this stuff to show you guys. So really cool, and shout out to everybody who's donated and to all the channel members as well. Okay, time out for just a second. I was in the middle of editing this video and I realized I did not talk about this character here that briefly appears in the video for like 5 seconds, but I can't believe I forgot about her. This was just kind of glossed over. We didn't hear about her at all. Who do you think this is? I think it's probably the queen version of Lillywise, right? Or is this just like a totally new heretic that we know nothing about? Let me know in the comments below who you think this is. This is probably the biggest mystery that we have after this whole live stream. I'm really excited about it. Maybe we'll see her in the event. Maybe she's the final boss of the Red Ash event. I don't know. She looks super spicy. Hopefully we'll get to pull for her eventually. But yeah, let me know what you think about her design and also what you think her identity is. My vote is on some form of Lillywise. Anyway, what else did we see? Okay, so the event is going to be, that was a really loud car. As you can see, I'm not home, by the way. But the event is going to be kind of like a prequel to Overzone. So we're even further in the past, before Lillywise and Redhood have died. And the boss for it is going to be a brand new Rapture called Ultra. He's said to be some kind of like prototype to Blacksmith. He looks like a giant flying beetle or something. Really, really strong. It's always cool to see new bosses. I want to see more of them in the raids and maybe even mix it up into interception. And we haven't even gotten to see more of Kraken yet. But anyway, cool to see the new boss. I'm excited to fight Ultra. Looks like he's probably going to be the final end boss of the new content. And then we're going to get Snow White for free. So I have to say this is probably going to be a huge upgrade to Ray, right? I mean, I'm sure there's some Ray fans out there. Ooh, almost dropped my phone. No problem with her, but I think, getting a new version of Snow White is just like 10 times cooler, right? So let's take a look at her skills here. She is an attacker type, burst 3 with an assault rifle, iron. So this is all the same as the normal Snow White. I'm assuming she's still going to be a pilgrim. And then we don't get exact skill descriptions, but we do get quite a bit of info on her. So her skill 1 is called 7 Dwarves, and it is a passive. Skill 2 is 7 Dwarves as well. They all have different numbers on them, and it again is a passive. And her burst, 7 Dwarves 3, is an active. Of course, bursts are always going to be active, right? So it says based on the number of hits from normal attacks, she sustains group attacks effective against multiple enemies and interceptable missiles. The other bullet point on her skills is while 7 Dwarves 4 inflicts relatively low overall attack damage, it unleashes a multitude of attacks. When these attacks are strategically utilized, it becomes easier to deal with enemies and missiles, or with enemy and missiles. So this is kind of like a polar opposite in a way to what the other Snow White version is, because Snow White is all about doing massive damage in one shot, right? Whereas this version of Snow White is going to be looking like a bunch of tiny little low damage multiple hits. So it'll be kind of cool to see how we can utilize her. She seems like she has a pretty unique kit. I'm for sure going to have fun playing around with her, and I hope that she is a legitimately useful unit that we can use to push some content. Particularly against enemies with content, with the floating bombs and missiles and things like that. Really excited. Let me know your thoughts below, and if you've already thought of any strategies to work with Snow White or any particular bosses that she might be good against. It would be cool if maybe she's really good against Ultra in particular, since he's the new boss. I wouldn't be surprised. And then, of course, I keep dropping my phone. I'm kind of like trying to balance it on a cushion in front of me. Anyway, so our other character is going to be Redhood. We already knew this. I mean, like, everybody saw this coming, but still super exciting. And we don't explicitly know she's a pilgrim, but it's assumed she's a pilgrim, right? She's an attacker with a sniper rifle, also iron type. And this is the crazy thing that I don't think any of us saw coming. She is a burst 1, 2, or 3. I'll be honest, out of all the different directions they could have taken designs, I didn't see this coming at all, but it's really cool to see them playing with some brand new design space here. And I think this is going to be like a really exciting thing to experience. So skill 1, Glaring Eye is a passive. Skill 2, Wild Tooth is a passive. And then her burst skill is Red Wolf. And here's what she says about her skills. Her burst skill can be used in all burst stages. Depending on the burst stage, she serves multiple functions, such as increasing all allies' attack, recovering self HP, and delivering high damage attack skills. The second bullet says when her charge speed exceeds 100%, the extra value is converted into charge damage. This is crazy. So basically, she just does everything, right? So she is a super rapid firing sniper. We can see from this little demo of her attacks, she's really quick on the fire, similar to Alice. And anytime she gets past 100, she's just going to deal even more damage. So, I mean, this is, I don't know, the ceiling on her damage could be extremely high. And then the fact that she can go in burst 1, 2, or 3 is pretty wild. Like, this just opens up infinite possibilities, right? Like, you could make a squad in any kind of method that you want. I mean, and she's serving as like a healer, as a damage dealer. It'll be interesting to see exactly how this works. Like, does it depend on what position you put her in? Does that dictate whether she functions as a burst 1, 2, or 3? Like, does she just go off as like the next thing as the one that just went off? Or do you have to like set that ahead of time if you want her to be a burst 1, 2, or 3? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that, how you think it's going to work. But I mean, I think this really changes everything. Like, I don't know. It's hard to even like articulate exactly until we know how this works. But it just like opens up infinite combinations. There are so many holes in some strategies that maybe you could have done if you're like, oh, if only this unit was a burst 3 or something, or a burst 2, and Red Hood is just going to be able to slot in there and do whatever you need. So really excited. I think particularly in solo raid and possibly in arena, this could make a big difference. Okay, moving on. So we are going to get 106 free pulls. This is so cool. I mean, generally, gacha games or any mobile games are super generous on their anniversaries, but 106 pulls is quite a bit. It's great to see that the Nikke team is dishing out the gifts. We're going to get 60 rainbow tickets. That is a lot of pulls. And then we're going to get 25 normal tickets and then 21 Red Hood specific pulls for a total of 106. We're also going to get a brand new frame that looks pretty cool. And then we're going to get a Snow White minigame. I love that they're always giving us Snow White minigames. I know I'm like super simp here for Snow White, but I just think it's so cool that they keep giving her more content. So, and we've been wanting more chances to get free synchro slots. And by doing this minigame, we can get more synchro slots. So this is really, really cool. This is something that we've highly requested, and and not just giving it to us for free. It's like for a fun little thing that we have to do to get them for free. We're also going to get a Christmas event rerun. So this is going to be great for any new players because I know there are a ton of people that didn't get to see the Christmas event at all. The storyline will really like hit you in the feels for those of you who haven't experienced it. And then even for those that have done it, a lot of people missed out on Christmas Anne, and this will give you a chance to pick up Christmas Anne. That's going to be super great. I might pull more duplicates because I only got base Christmas Anne, and she's definitely worth picking up. She's a pretty strong, unique character. And then we have Christmas Ruby, who unfortunately was a little disappointing, but hey, it's cool to have another opportunity to get her too for any of those that missed her. Okay, what else? We're also going to get some merch, so like this little Rappy figure, as well as a fully articulating Modernia one, which is pretty cool. And then we've also, I know there are some other scale models coming that we're not talked about here in the live stream, but pretty cool to see that. I feel like my computer is slipping down this cushion here. I'm telling you, I'm in like a weird precarious setup right here. Okay. What else? They confirmed again that we're going to get to test Nikkes in the shooting range. We heard about this in the last developer's note. I did a video on that already, but cool. They showed us like a little screenshot of how that might work. So you can use Nikkes that you don't have yet to test in the shooting range. It's definitely going to make that a lot more valuable to do. We're going to get more outpost rewards. So cool, make sure you collect those outpost rewards. We're also getting a full burst day, which is actually full burst right now. So make sure you capitalize on that. We need all the materials we can get. We're getting additional lost sectors. I wonder if that means we'll get more cubes. Either way, lost sectors give you a lot of resources, so that's going to be good. We are also getting more Tribe Tower. I have not yet reached the end of Tribe Tower, but I know there are some people out there that have, so that's cool. Good to see that we're getting more content there. We're getting campaign chapters 25 and 26. We already knew this, but I'm super excited to see what happens in the story. We also got a little bit of a preview here, and it does look like Nihilister, in fact, is coming back, which is great. I did not think we were going to see the last of her, so happy to see that. Got a little sneak peek. And then we are getting skill resets. Oh, I've been starving for this. I'm sure we've all had at least like 1 or 2 Nikkes that we're like, oh, we don't really use them anymore, and we need to reset those skills and use them for somebody else. So I know I'm going to be doing that, especially in the last like month or so. I've really felt the need to be able to do some skill resets. We're getting a search feature potentially. So these are sort of more future things in development, but they had suggestions from the community and questions on what we wanted. And so, the Nikkepedia is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So we're going to potentially be able to search directly for certain things, maybe filter by like certain types of skills and categories and things like that. So that will be handy for those of us that have so many Nikkes. And then we are getting potentially new types of weapons like pistols, which is pretty cool. I would be surprised if we saw this really soon. maybe this will be like a year from now or maybe in a few months, who knows, but they did say that they were considering different weapon types and we're going to work on that. Naturally, this would require a lot of R&D. They have to make sure it's like, worth making a new weapon type. It's not just like a clone of, some other weapon that looks different. They also need to make sure it's still balanced in the game and have like a unique way for it to function. So yeah, cool to see that we are going to get some new weapon types at some point. And we are getting Sim Room 2.0. So we're all feeling the squeeze on those skill manuals. We need more skill up materials. And so we said they are doing some type of Sim Room 2.0. I wonder if we'll be able to do like Sim Room in Eden or something like that. I thought we were going to get a new Sim Room mode when we got into Eden right there, because it even talks about it in the story. But I don't know exactly how that will work, but potentially we'll get more skill materials from that. They're also going to improve potentially the way we can find relics. Honestly, looking for relics just takes patience. It's not really hard to find any of these things, right? But you can just be tapping around the map for forever. And so they're going to do some potential way of making it easier to find those. Maybe it'll show bigger on the map or something like that. We'll see. And then also just a little lore question they answered. They confirmed that it's been about 100 years since the first Rapture invasion. That's been a point of speculation for a lot of people, and we haven't had like a real clear answer on that. We still don't have like an exact timeline, but kind of a ballpark of 100 years since the first Rapture invasion. All right, so that's pretty much it for the live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully, even if you haven't seen it yet after watching this video, I'd encourage you to go watch it. There's some other cool things like interviews with a lot of the development team, as well as some of the voice actors. And overall, I would say this was a huge step up from the 6-month global live stream that was kind of disappointing. So anyway, let me know what you're looking forward to most for the anniversary. If there's anything that I missed here, I wish I could have watched it live with you guys, but I was falling asleep at 3:30 a.m. So anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next video or the next stream. Consider giving me a sub for more Nikke videos, and I'll catch you guys later.